Paradise, Louisiana, with Gary Risponi and Don Dubuque. Paradise, Louisiana would also like to thank these sponsors.
Baton Rouge Coca-Cola Bottling Company, Aerial Access, the leader in aerial work process. Benny's Car Wash and Oil Change, Cracker Barrel Convenience Stores, we have more than you expect. Blue Cross Blue Shield of Louisiana, Farm Bureau Insurance, Louisiana Fish Fry Products, Demco, First South Farm Credit, Area Wholesale Tire Company, with tire programs for tire dealers.
Welcome to the tradition edition of Paradise, Louisiana. When I'm talking about tradition, not just family traditions, but we're talking about the tradition of opening dove season. All over the state, the last weekend was the opening weekend, and Don, you did a bunch of it, huh? Shoot.
Yeah, well, we opened up the dove season in Louisiana. We got teal season, hunting seasons are here. And one thing is over. I'm talking about the CCA S.T.A.R tournament.
It was closing weekend of the S.T.A.R tournament. We've got the final leaderboard is now up, and we're going to make a lot of happy folks out there.
All right. We'll
But Don, I'm going to go back to tradition. By the way, I am Gary Risponi, and the tradition started years ago in North Louisiana. Some people call it the politician's hunt. Some people call it the 4B hunt down in your part of the country, in Delhi and Tallulah, and all those guys have been doing it for years. I can't tell you how many years tradition. But who's who down there?
That's true.
Eric Lane sort of took this up for me. My son and my son-in-law and Jordan Terrahana went down and covered it for me because we had other things. We had conflict, and they had a great time. We had some of them politicians always wanting to get in, but had some great shooting, some great dove hunting. What a tremendous tradition. And then we made a trip, thanks to Don and Gary Krause and them, we made it a traditional trip to Kentwood with the Travis family. So, and that's another big thing. And then what was really sad, but it was a great celebration that's going on. We lost Mr. Travis early in the year. So.
Missing, clearly missing from the event. You know, it's takes away a little bit, but everybody had a good time out there, and the tradition goes on. Also, we're going to take a look at some new records, state record fish, in our news segment, and talk about the hunting seasons that are coming up. Made a trip to Grand Isle, and you know, Grand Isle, it has been a little bit on the inconsistent side this year. One day you go down there and you have a great trip. The next day you go down there and struggle. The day we picked, it was kind of a struggle. So we do show you those two. So stay tuned. We got a lot to talk about on this week's edition of Paradise, Louisiana.
When you're ready to really enjoy life at a slower pace, become a landowner. First South Farm Credit specializes in financing and refinancing land, but not just for farmers. They offer loans to purchase timberland, hunting and fishing, or recreational property. Their experience in land, timber, and loans set them apart from standard lending institutions. Contact a First South Farm Credit loan officer for more information. First South Farm Credit, a specialized rural land investment lender helping you realize your dream.
We build tires, but not tires like anybody else. We build Cooper tires for people, not just cars. People who are chauffeurs and shuttle pilots, heavy haulers and heavy hitters. More than what your Cooper tires can do, it's about what you can do with your Cooper tires. Life's a road trip. Come on, let's go.
At Blue Cross, we pay healthcare bills for more than 1 million Louisianians. When all is said and done, after we pay claims, taxes, and operating costs, we keep only a few cents of your premium dollar and hold that in reserve for you. That reserve fund is for your protection and is owned by you, our customers. Your healthcare dollar should pay for your health. We're Blue Cross. We're fighting for quality, affordable healthcare for you.
Welcome back to Paradise, Louisiana. And you know, this time of the year, Grand Isle starts to wind down a little bit. Just had the Labor Day Grand Isle Redfish Rodeo, got the Caminada Redfish Rodeo still to go. But with football and hunting season coming in, a lot less people start headed down to Grand Isle. That doesn't mean the fishing takes a break, though. Went down there, and what has been kind of an inconsistent year for Grand Isle and other areas too. Had a lot of strange weather, fronts that were coming all the way down through the summer months. A lot of west wind created some problems for the island because when it blows straight down from the west, both sides get real tough. And we found a tough day. Went down there with Daryl Carpenter, RealScreamers.com, and started off looking for some bull reds in the passes. They did so well with Ride the Bull. Figured this has got to be a slam dunk. Well, think again. A lack of tide range, a lot of catfish picking on our mullet and our crab. Also a cameraman that was a little bit on the queasy side ended that part of the trip very shortly. There were some lemonfish that had shown up a couple days earlier out at one of the close-in rigs. We made a run a couple of miles offshore. Saw some fish on the radar, and it looked like maybe this would be the lemons. Turned out it was our friends with the teeth, the sharks. So after a shark catch, we headed back in, stopped in the pass again, thinking maybe some of the bull reds had moved in or gotten active. That did not happen, and then decided to go do some real, what we call grinded out type fishing. You know, dead shrimp under a cork, some live shrimp. We had some croakers. We had some cacao minnows. We were well armed with just about anything we could have needed, and went into some of the back areas off the back island and finally found some fish, a couple of nice flounders that we took home, keeper redfish. Then we went with some what they call baby mangrove snappers, nothing under 12 inches, but this time of the year they're kind of common there. Anyway, we managed to grind out a few fish and talk to Daryl Carpenter about how inconsistent Grand Isle can be and how good it can be sometimes and how tough it can be. We'll take you there now. Grand Isle for a fishing trip as we head into that transition time, moving in from the summer to the fall.
Redfish. Baby Red. Today's one of those days, so you want to be a fishing guide, right? Nah, I mean, plan A today was bull redfish. What little bit of tide we had running was, we knew it was running the wrong direction. We fished 2 or 3 different spots for them, live bait, croakers, cockahoes, cut bait, mullet, crabs, the whole 9 yards. They just weren't there today. They weren't, if they're there, they're just not biting. Plan B was, you know, jump out there and get some of those lemon fish we've been getting. We hit one little platform. It's a little bit rough, so we decided to give up that.
Not a lemon. I don't know what it is. Shark. While we got him, we'll get some video.
Well, this past week is really, that one platform in particular has really been loaded with lemonfish. The lemonfish have started their migration back to the east, and usually that migration brings them closer to the coast. And that platform and several others, any obstruction, any anchor can, any buoy, anything out there has been loaded with lemonfish. They're still scattered. They haven't ganged up on the oyster reefs yet. We've still got fish on the outside when it's calm enough to go out there and do it, but the fish have already started to move inside some. Flatfish. Well, what you're looking for slow sloping mud flats or sand flats or a mixture of both. Those flounders love to just sit on those flats and wait to ambush bait. So you've got to cover ground unless you find them balled up somewhere, but you cover your ground and just make sure your bait's close to or dragging the bottom and hold on. Little baby redfish. Oh, mangrove.
Oh, baby mangrove. Baby mangrove snapper. Got to be 12 inches to keep them.
Well, not in red.
Gill wrapped. He's not exactly the bull we were looking for in the pass.
Come on, pull a drag or something. Oh. I said it's been the story of Grand Isle this year. It's been very inconsistent. We'll have a stretch of 2 or 3 days where we're just annihilating the fish, and then we'll have a stretch of a couple of days where everybody's scratching our head saying, where'd they go? And then a few days later, they'll show up again. We've got a little bit of wind. We haven't had any bad weather this week, but you see the water's muddy. You know, you've seen and they'll see from some of the camera shots, the water's muddy. What muddied it up, I don't know, because we haven't had the weather to do it.
Oh, found
another flatfish.
Welcome aboard. Now, flounder's about one of the hardest fish to target, but if you come to Grand Isle, you got a pretty good chance of doing it.
Ask me about my Tempur-Pedic.
Ask me how fast I fall asleep.
Why not talk to someone who's sleeping on the most highly recommended bed in America?
Ask me about staying asleep.
Tempur-Pedic owners are more satisfied than owners of any traditional mattress brand.
Ask me how it feels after 10 years.
Tempur-Pedic, the most highly recommended bed in America.
Ask about Tempur-Pedic at Olin's, where you know you always get the guaranteed low price. Olin's is the only store in Baton Rouge and Lafayette with the full line of Tempur-Pedics.
BluefinEyewear.com, most comfortable polarized glasses around. BluefinEyewear.com comes with a lifetime guarantee. Join the Bluefin revolution now at BluefinEyewear.com.
You're watching Paradise, Louisiana.
Fishing. It's where good stories come from. It's about good times and family and friends. It's about taking a couple home for dinner tonight and saving a few for tomorrow. It's all about that and so much more. To CCA, fishing is about enjoying today and making sure tomorrow is even better. To us, fishing comes with a responsibility for the resources we enjoy so much. If fishing means all that to you, then you belong with CCA.
Come to the family-owned and operated Cassius Casino in Port Allen today, where the Vegas-style video poker machines are ready for your entertainment. Cassius Casino is the finest, cleanest, classiest casino around. And Cassius 50 Style Diner is now serving seafood daily, along with your favorite home-cooked specials 24/7. Hey, Cassius is fun. Cassius is exciting. So come to the unsinkable Cassius Casino in Port Allen. Over the river 2 miles west of exit 151.
Welcome back to Paradise, Louisiana. When you see this guy, Rad Trascher, sitting in, it's time to talk about CCA and the S.T.A.R, and we've got kind of a wrap-up on it. How'd it go, Rad?
It went fantastic, Don. We had, I think, what will prove to be the largest S.T.A.R tournament we've ever had. This is the 19th year, and we had some interesting weigh-ins win it, some smaller, what we consider smaller fish for the tournament, and then we had some beasts come in other divisions. But all in all, we're going to make a lot of people happy and give away a lot of boat motors and trailers.
Well, let's talk about the highlights first of all. I guess the tagged redfish category, probably the most successful in S.T.A.R history, or close to it.
Absolutely. We had 8 tagged redfish caught, 4 by unregistered anglers, 4 by registered anglers. As we all talk about, you got to be registered before you catch the fish. But we have a gentleman from Baton Rouge caught the first one, Kenneth Guidry. Hugh Dawn from New Orleans caught the second. He will win the Super Chevy Silverado. Thomas Verdreen from Baton Rouge caught one in Bridgeside, and then Anthony Manuel caught one in Big Lake. He's from, I think, Kinder. So kind of spread it across the state. We had, one in Cocodrie caught. We had another one in Lafitte caught. And then truly at 4:40, 20 minutes before the scales closed, we had the 8th one caught on Big Lake on Labor Day. But unfortunately, the gentleman was not registered.
Well, before we move off of the redfish category, explain why the number 2 fish that was caught wins the truck.
Well, thanks for bringing that up. Usually the first angler that catches a tagged redfish wins the truck. But Kenneth Guidry of Baton Rouge caught it very early on in the tournament, said, look, he's a trophy trout guy. He doesn't need the money for the good of the group. Why don't y'all keep the truck and give it to the second angler? So he actually gave it back to us so we could use it for further prizes. Because, all of our divisions, those prizes are guaranteed each year. The tagged redfish division, Chevy helps us with the first truck, and then we self-insure ourselves for the next boats. Most of the time, we don't even give that second and third prize away. Now, we were getting up to 4, and so Kenneth really bailed us out.
And he wanted to stay in contention in the trout category. How did that turn out?
He's not on the leaderboard, let's put it that way. He is a serious trout guy, and he could have still won the truck and stayed in the trout division, but then he would have had to pick his prize. You can only win once. But with it being the truck and how it works in succession of who catches the first fish, he had to make the decision.
That's what makes it so much fun, all these little quirky things that happen. What about some other surprisingly successful categories or participation?
Well, one was the sheepshead division. I had an interesting story from Gus Powell over in Slidell. Said he bought a boat, a little bitty John boat with a little outboard on it, and his goal was to win the sheepshead division He puts over a 10-pounder on the board that he caught somewhere around Wrigley's. So, you know, you put your mind to it, you win. Now, some other surprising things. Paul Mansour from Metairie caught a 6.9-pound trout on the east, weighed it the first week of the tournament, and it held up. And it was really funny. His son, who I believe was third 2 years ago, had a 7.5-pound fish. So they didn't think that would ever hold up, but it sure did.
I believe that was a record set, a S.T.A.R. CCA record set for the most times the website was checked by a leader.
No doubt. That is took a lot of patience and a lot of nerve-wracking moments. And sure enough, it stayed up. And then at the end of the tournament, Clark Poorboy from Lake Charles or from Sulphur puts the 8.29 on the board, and he will win the grand prize of the 21 Nautic Star with a 150 Mercury.
You know, this is just such a great tournament too, and it's people like Mr. Guidry. You know, all of this is for the resource. What you seeing out there right now, protecting the resource, what y'all doing lobbying, fighting the redfish issue or the red snapper issue, the things that y'all do with CCA is the reason it's so popular. So y'all just keep up the good work.
Well, thank you, and it is. This is strictly a membership drive. But it has turned into one of the most watched and anticipated events of the year.
So the results that the folks are seeing on the screen, are these totally final, or do you have a little bit of, upon further review, a final muster to pass?
This is the final leaderboard. Obviously, there is still some further investigation, as well as polygraph examinations of a handful of random selected folks. But folks, I truly believe what you're seeing on your screen now will be the final leaderboard. And then we'll be giving all these prizes away October 24th in Baton Rouge at Live Oak Arabians.
And well, you see all the names of the sponsors. Just thank them sponsors when you see them. You go in them places, Super Chevy dealers, and all the one bombing baits. And I don't want to leave nobody out. You need to thank them sponsors.
There are two very important groups of people that make this happen. And one is the sponsors. And check out our website at ccastar.com. Mercury, Academy Sports and Outdoors, Whitney, Nautic Star, Super Chevy, and tons of other ones. That group, without them, we wouldn't have all these prizes. And second is those weigh stations. Go down in the fall and in the spring when it's not S.T.A.R. Thank those guys for being open. Thank those guys for supplying bait and for helping us throw this. Without those 35 marinas, none of it would happen.
And Red, folks can go to the website, I'm sure, and find directions to where that awards banquet will be if they want to come out and congratulate the winners and hear their fish stories in person.
Absolutely. Go to our website, ccastar.com. All the information will be there. If you haven't been to Live Oak Arabians in Baton Rouge, it is worth seeing as one of the most beautiful facilities in the South. And we will give all of it away. You'll be able to meet all the winners, and you will watch the fiasco of them all towing their boats home that night.
And the food is outstanding.
Absolutely. Thanks to another S.T.A.R. sponsor at Walk On.
That's a Walk On.
All right, so there it is. I guess that wraps it up. 2013 S.T.A.R. leaderboard. You've seen the results. You can meet the folks, see them claim their prizes. You're going to take a week or so off and go fishing and then get back to work on 2014?
Probably not. That'll happen during deer season.
I got you.
But you know, you're talking about all those marinas that a lot of people don't hunt. Fish all went along, and it just gets better in the fall.
Absolutely. You can find me during November. If I'm not in a deer stand, I'll be at Bridgeside as well.
All right. Well, congratulations on a very successful S.T.A.R. tournament again this year, and we look forward to next year's.
Thanks, sir.
All right. We'll be right back. You're watching Paradise, Louisiana.
Come to the family-owned and operated Cassius Casino in Port Allen today, where the Vegas-style video poker machines are ready for your entertainment. Cassius Casino is the finest, cleanest, classiest casino around. And Cassius 50-style diner is now serving seafood daily, along with your favorite home-cooked specials 24/7. Hey, Cassius is fun. Cassius is exciting. So come to the unsinkable Cassius Casino in Port Allen. Over the river 2 miles west of exit 151.
Of all the tools in your house, this could easily be the most dangerous, but it doesn't have to be. At Dimco, we can't stress this enough. Just keep it, and you, far away from power lines.
Demco, your Touchstone Energy Cooperative.
Welcome back to Paradise, Louisiana, and yes, the hunting seasons are open in Louisiana, and we start off up in North Louisiana with a traditional dove hunt.
You know, it's hard for me to talk about it because I haven't been there in a while. I used to go every year, but because of some circumstances, I couldn't go. Eric Lane, from the first sponsor we ever had. The Lane Agency has been a sponsor of Paradise, Louisiana, with
and
the Super Chevy, and one of my great sponsors, a great outdoorsman, Mr. Jerry Lane was the same thing. We go up there every year. I can remember watching Will Clark shoot. You want to know about eye-hand coordination? And I watched Eric and his son Travis. I watched these boys. They shoot. People that went to Argentina. But there's a lot of doves over there. They know what they're doing. It's a great tradition. There's food. And Francis Thompson sort of spearheads this. He's been in the legislature for 114 years. And I don't know. Francis is a great guy. You know Francis because your dad and them are all good friends.
Oh, look, and I've been to the hunt myself. It is a tradition. Everybody looks forward to it in North Louisiana. And I don't know what the numbers are like, but there are a ton of people that go to this event. They have a big party the night before. It is something to get an invitation to, for sure.
Yeah, great, bud. And I want to thank Eric and them for steering this. To thank my son Vince, my son-in-law Ike, and Jordan Terhana on camera. So let's go to North Louisiana and see the way they do it. Been doing it for years.
Welcome to Paradise, Louisiana. Opening day of dove season 2013. I'm Vince Rasponi, and I'm here with Mr. Francis Thompson. And a couple questions, Mr. Francis. My dad's been telling me years what a wonderful place you have out here. And how long y'all been doing this?
About 38 years, and this is just a good way in Louisiana to start off the fall. Even though we got summer weather, it's a good time to start hunting off. And each year we foster the tradition in Louisiana of dove hunting, and I think it teaches so many good habits to young people: responsibility, knowing how to handle guns, and understanding that from the beginning of time, people have taken animals and processed those animals in their own ways and fed their families. And I'm glad that we still have that tradition in Louisiana. And I'm glad I've been able to pass that on to my family. It's a great tradition. But we look forward every year to putting on a dove hunt for Northeast Louisiana. People usually from that area, but people from all over the state come, as you hear today, and you saw folks from Baton Rouge like Eric Lane never misses an opportunity to be here, and a great shooter. We have people that have enjoyed this hunt for many, many decades. We hope to continue it. We got a lot of birds today. We hadn't had much rain. We've gone a month without rain, so the birds are concentrated here. We have a lot of sunflower that have been cut and rolled, so our fields will be real smooth. And all we pray and hope for is safety in the field. We got a lot of young people, a lot of first-time hunters. So dove hunting is important to us, and we try to pass the knowledge and the interests we have to the young folks and a new generation.
This area and around Delhi, Louisiana is next to my home, which is only 16, 18 miles from here. And it's very important. It's a way for the legislators to give back to the people, and from all over the state. What's so neat about the Francis Thompson dove hunt is that people from all over the state of Louisiana look forward to coming here and having fellowship, and for the young people to learn how to hunt and use firearms safely. And it's a part of a tradition. It's been going on 38, 40 years. And it's just so special because it represents what is great about Louisiana, which is our young people, for our future generations to learn these values, learn how to do things and do it right. I was a DA up here for 29 years, so we want them to learn how to take their limit and just tend to business and have a good old-fashioned Louisiana time. And that's what's really special. And for the senators, representatives, the governors are normally here every year. And it's just to put aside all the politics and all the mess and enjoy what is so special about the sportsman's paradise angle of Louisiana.
We started 22 years ago coming up here. This is Dick Brown's place, the 4B Ranch in Tallulah, Louisiana. And Dick's family grew up with my mother's family, so it's a coming home thing for me. But we've been coming up here with Francis doing this hunt. We do the courtesy trucks for the hunt, for the hunters to get water and stuff during the hot day. And we have usually 200 hunters come in here. We get a lot of birds usually. And Francis puts on a great show as always.
That's right. I want you to get me shooting.
That's the main thing.
I want those folks that know me in South Louisiana to know that I can still shoot.
You can still hit them.
Absolutely. They will start flying away from me after 5 minutes because they know I can get them.
That's all
but
right,
make sure you tell your dad that we miss him and we'll look forward to him coming back next year.
He'll be here. He'll be here.
Good.
I'd like to welcome everybody to the 38th annual Francis Thompson Legislative Dove Hunt here in Delhi, Louisiana at Dick Brown's 4B Ranch. This is about the 21st or second time I've been here, and it's always a great time with great people.
This is Nicole Simmons. I'm Kirk Simmons. We're about to kill a bunch of doves. Stay tuned.
Turkey! Woo! I'm impressed.
Good shot.
Pretty good shooting today. Starting out early. It's going to be a good day.
Oh, got you low too.
It's time for lunch. 2 for 2. Gonna shut it down now so I don't miss any.
Low bird, low bird. I got another one.
I'm starting to get the hang of it now. I haven't been hunting in about a year, so 3 for 3 right now. My last 3 I've been on, but for a while there I had working with a little bit rusty. But there's nothing like dove hunting. You hit one of these, you can hit anything.
Chad Williams, Monroe, Louisiana.
Go TV your bird.
My name is Hayden, I'm from Natchitoches.
You're from Natchitoches? You like dove hunting? What's your favorite part about coming out here?
I like to shoot doves.
Kirby and Cake and Pickett from Natchitoches, Louisiana. We've been coming out here to the, legislative dove hunt for 22 years.
Got that right. That's how we do it.
All right. There we go.
28 gauge strikes again.
Well, this is what Louisiana's all about. A dove hunt on a September afternoon. Great dove fields, great friends, having a great time. Have my son out here with his friend Brian. My son's name is Preston. I want to thank Senator Thompson for setting this up. Just with some great folks from northeast Louisiana, and we're having a blast. And we're actually killing a few birds. My boy's killing more than I am, but I'm sure shooting a lot. But we're having a great time.
Brian McIntyre, Madison, Louisiana. Preston Kennedy. I'm from Madisonville, Louisiana, and it's really hot out here, which, you know, that's not really what most people are worrying about. We're just worrying about, you know, the good company and the the good shooting. So it's a fun time out here.
Oh, he came down with it. Still coming. That bird flying. We probably got 5 or 6. That guy there's killing them all before they get to us.
Shoot! Shoot! Shoot!
Okay, aim in front of it. Way in front. Shoot. Shoot.
I got 12. I just missed my limit of 15. I've tried to find 3, so I guess I got my limit. But I had fun. I shot pretty well toward the end, and we had a lot of birds, and everybody got a lot of shooting in.
Did good. I know where we were sitting at, we saw a lot of birds. Now, as far as my shooting out, I think I shot a box and maybe killed 2. But it was a great day. We had a lot of good camaraderie here today. Had a lot of people. I got to meet a bunch of people. I appreciate you introducing me to a lot of people today, and hopefully I can come back next year with you.
Love to have you
and
back.
Be able to enjoy this wonderful place over here. It's 4B Ranch, right?
4B Ranch.
4B
that's
Ranch.
right.
And until next week, you're watching Paradise, Louisiana.
Benny's Car Wash and Oil Change has been keeping cars and trucks in Baton Rouge clean and running smooth for over 50 years. At Benny's, we feature professional car washing, complete detailing, high-tech waxing and buffing, interior cleaning, and tire shine. Benny's, one stop for car maintenance with complete oil and lube services and even state inspections at our express locations. Visit one of our 5 convenient locations, including our newest store on Greenwell Springs Road. And don't forget to stop by Be Quick Convenience Store and Fuel Stop. Benny's Car Wash and Oil Change. Drive in dirty, drive out clean.
We build tires, but not tires like anybody else. We build Cooper tires for people, not just cars. People who are chauffeurs and shuttle pilots, heavy haulers and heavy hitters. More than what your Cooper tires can do, it's about what you can do with your Cooper tires. Life's a road trip. Come on, let's go.
Welcome to Travisville. This is the opening of the dove season 2013, and this is the Travis family. For 25 years we've been coming here, and this is the family that takes care of us. It's a large group, started small and getting bigger, but we lost the patriarch this year. So this is testament. This whole show and everything is, once before, it's a testament to Mr. Billy Travis, who started this. So it's also a sad day, but it's a celebration. And Travis, I'm going to talk to you. We want to help keep this thing going. You and your Uncle Terry, though. What does it mean to have all these people here and everybody coming here right now? And then one person on their mind is your grandfather.
Well, he's just, he'd be happy that everyone was here. And like always, just wants everyone to have fun. And it's always about the kids.
You know, and I see there's a bunch of them here. And I got some people that have been coming back. They ain't here before. And They're all wearing camouflage too, so they're must all gonna be hunters, huh?
Hopefully so. Hopefully.
Well, we got the whole family here. That's the first time I've seen this together in a long time. Y'all just stay tuned. You're watching Paradise, Louisiana. Thanks to the lady right there that did always puts the cooking together and getting all the people to help. And Miss Travis. You got to have the joy right now just to seeing all your kids together.
I love them growing up, getting big.
You're getting big.
Yeah.
Terry, I'm going to talk to you because you're the first one got me started here. You know, I think, like I said, about 20-something years ago, 25, 26 years ago. It just means a lot to you, that's all. So.
Yeah, no words. I grew up here. No words. They didn't even have money to buy shells to dove hunt, and they came out here on Labor Day. So this has been going on probably 50 years or better.
Yeah,
and since Daddy took it over, like I say, when he had it, it was about love. He loved people. He loved to see them, and he loved to take young kids and make hunters out of them.
You had a big loss in your family a few years ago, and we paid honor to them. So So it won't be a sad occasion. Y'all stay tuned. You watching Paradise, Louisiana. This is Travisville, one of my favorite places to be. And I'm gonna tell you guys, they got some great shots. I don't know about these young people coming up, but we got a lot of great people here. A lot of great people. One more loss. Anyway, all the years I've been coming here, Big Al Cummins from Chalmette. It's Cummins, I guess it's a furniture store in Chalmette, right about Rock and Carlos. To the Cummins family, we're gonna miss him too. So stay tuned. You're watching Paradise, Louisiana. Opening dove season 2013. Here's one of the oldest people here, and probably one of the people that started dove hunting here, Dr. Foster Sanders. Dr. Sanders. Terry was telling me that we was trying to do a little history. That you hunted here in the late 50s?
Probably the late 50s was the first small hunts. They weren't as big as they are today.
Yeah.
The hunts today are big compared to the ones then. Usually a few family members and a few close friends.
About 10 people.
Yeah, at the most.
About 10 people back then?
And you had to be sure and not tear up the guards to get a dove. Because then you'd get run off.
Where's your favorite spot? Now you got a couple spaces in the field. Through the years they move, but what's the best spot on the field?
Spot is the big oak right in the middle of the field, halfway back of the field.
But is that because of the shade? Because it's usually hot, or is it because of the birds?
It's primarily because of the shade. When the birds started flying, we'd move away a little bit.
Let's date you a little bit now.
Yeah.
How old are you, Dr. Sanders?
I'm 89.
And your birthday is April what?
April the 22nd, 1924.
Happy birthday, a little early.
You're late. I don't want to turn 90 yet.
Okay, man.
So typically we grow rye on our pasture here, and in the springtime we'll plant brown top millet. We'll plow the field, plant it with brown top, let it grow. Of course, the bad thing about brown top is armyworms, so it's not, we have to spray it. It's pretty expensive to spray it a couple times. Sometimes we get away with just spraying it once for the armyworms, but typically we have to spray it twice and then cut it for hay. If you cut it too early, it'll sprout back, especially with a lot of rain. So we try to wait till about 10 days right before the season to cut the brown top for hay. Certain fields attract dove. You can take a field right beside one that's hunted every year and you could do whatever you wanted to it and birds are just not going to come there. But fields that attract dove year in and year out are always going to attract them. Of course, some years are better than others. Some years your neighbor has all the birds. Some years you have them. But like I said, it's a social event and everyone's going to have fun, and it's mainly for the kids.
My name is Dawson Gill. I'm from Homer, Louisiana, and I like to dove hunt because I love nature and the outdoors.
My name is Preston Hennington. I'm from Amy, and I enjoy dove hunting because I like to shoot my gun. Good chance to get out of the house and go and shoot my gun.
My name is Spencer Gill. I'm from Houma, Louisiana. Dove hunting's fun. I get to spend time with my dad, and it's a fun sport.
I like dove hunting because you get to come out here outdoors. Just another hunting experience. You get to relax some, just sit around with your friends, family, get a lot of shooting practice. It's just good to be out here.
It gives me a chance to come out here, with family, and it helps me when there's good game birds, to practice on for when duck season comes around, because it's a smaller target, it helps you stay on aim, and I like being out here in the outdoors.
C.J. Pardue. This is my daughter, Carly Jo Pardue. We're both from Amy, Louisiana. We like coming out here to the Travis's. Love coming dove hunting. It just gives good family time. Even though I don't have any boys, I got to teach the little girls how to dove hunt and teach them the ways to take care of themselves and have a good time.
Just been doing it all my life and enjoy it. Started when my father used to take me when I was little and just enjoy going. Enjoy the visiting a lot too, more than the hunting probably.
Gal. That's it.
And the end of a beautiful day. Weather-wise and everything, it was hot, but under the shade trees and this out there, and it was a great day hunting. And to you and the family, the Travis family, Randy Taylor, you've been here the whole time I've been coming. In fact, we used to meet at your pool house, and we have all this around the pool house, but this got a little bit too big for the pool house.
Yeah.
Randy, what does this mean to you? Mean for you? Now you got grandkids.
It's a good time for him to start learning, just being out with us and everything, and then a good time to see everybody we hadn't seen in a while. So I enjoy it.
Well, we got Mama here, and she's still keeping them. These kids, like she was when she was young.
That's right.
So that's another blessing. You've been such a blessing to everybody. We're so glad to still have you around. But this guy don't want to talk. I don't know if he thought he wants to go play. Huh? You didn't have, how many doves you killed? How many did you shot at? 0?
He shot one time.
Yeah. But did you have fun out there playing?
He got age on him.
Well, yes, sir. Well, all right. Well, they're still feeding around here. Just a small bit. They're still feeding people. Your white melons running around there. They're still feeding. Everybody's still eating it. Somebody ought to go home, huh?
I guess so.
Randy, let's go home. By the way, Randy for the last few years fought some health problems. He's a living testament. He's a tough guy. You always is. Appreciate it, Randy. Thank y'all.
Aerial Access Equipment has been serving Louisiana, the Mississippi Gulf Coast, and Southeast Texas since 1998. Our trained sales staff has the expertise necessary to ensure our customers get the right piece of equipment for the job at competitive rental rates. Need help with choosing the right machine for the job? We'll come to your job site and recommend the right machine to meet your needs. Remember, quality, reliability, safety. Aerial Access Equipment, your aerial work platform and forklift specialist.
Introducing Powerade Ion 4, complete with 4 electrolytes lost in sweat. Powerade Ion 4, the complete sports drink.
John here. Welcome to my kitchen. On those hot summer days, there isn't anything better than a cool tuna fish salad. One of the best ones around is made with Louisiana remoulade dressing. Make sure you add in your chopped celery, your chopped onion, your relish, chopped egg, your mayo, and remoulade. And we add all that to 7 to 9 ounces of tuna fish. and you will end up with a cool remoulade tuna fish salad. Look for the recipe at ParadiseLouisiana.com. Try it today, it's wonderful.
Welcome back to Paradise, Louisiana. I tell you, biggest news if you're a waterfowl hunter, the opening of the teal season. Been waiting for this a long time. 6 teal instead of 4 daily bag. Big change for the teal hunters.
You know, the trouble is I'm having in some reports, people ain't seen a lot of teal coming in down around Morgan City again. Out in the west, 1 or 2 places out of 5. I mean, yeah, they've seen the teal, but they got a cold front. It's not going to reach here, but it should push them out of there. So.
My Monroe guys are starting to see them come in, so we should be in good shape.
Well, one thing I can promise you, whether the teal show up or not, the teal hunters will be out there, and I'll be one of them. Got some other events coming up too. We want to.
Oh yeah, well, right now the biggest and the most prominent coming up right now, the Leeville launch. Janet Rose and them have been pushing that thing for a long time. Our friend Bob Googe is another one that's been pushing that. There's a press conference. It'll be Friday the 13th at noon at Boudreaux's Motel and Marina. You'll be out there and see it. And it's all about the launch. All the money's in line, and it's getting ready to start. It's going to bring a lot to the area. So y'all can get out there. Also, one of the biggest things that's been going on a couple of years right now, the Angling Against Autism. It's going to be September 28th. The Autistic Bass Tournament, they call it. They're going to run a number on the screen. I'm going to tell you, if you want information, fish it. It's 338-0923. It's Dry Runs Landing in Stephenville. 100% payback, food, bands, music, everything. What's going to be a great day. All the money goes to the Baton Rouge Speech and Hearing Foundation and the Future Emerge Center. So that's a big deal coming up. You know, right now that's a big thing. We got the QDMA meeting. It has to be the same time. And that's going to be in Thibodaux on September the 19th. Look on the screen and you see more about that. But CCA's got some things coming up too.
We also have the Ascension CCA banquet September 19th.
Biggest one in the state.
It is the largest attended event in the state. It's at Lamar Dixon. Come out. It is a heck of a party. Also something coming up September 21st on the Ouachita River. They are having the Ouachita River cleanup. We are taking part in a lot of our members, but I encourage all of you to get out, make the Ouachita beautiful like it always is.
And that's in honor of your dad.
It is an event that's gone on for a long time, but a handful of people are doing some donations in memorial of my father.
Very good. Hope you'll participate in that. Also got some news as far as the Louisiana Outdoor Writer Association state fish records. A new number 3 croaker, and this was a monster. You keep up with fish sizes. 6.19 pound croaker.
This is what we usually use for bait, isn't it?
Yeah,
okay,
right. No, well, not that size. This was caught this past June out of Venice by Kramer Sherman. Congratulations to Kramer. Also, Winona McElroy in July out of Cocodrie. She caught an 185.5 southern stingray.
Ooh.
You ever see a stingray that big, 185 pounds?
Have you ever put a 185-pound stingray on your boat?
We had that one that was caught during the tournament.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, the rodeo, and they were talking about how big it was going to be, and it weighed in. Strange, they just keep getting bigger and bigger.
Or people get braver and braver.
You remember them croaker. You fished with Charlie Hardison years ago when you first
back
started.
In the 70s.
We used to go down and catch 4- and 5-pound croaker all the time. In fact, it was one of the best eating fish on the board.
Oh, yeah.
Well, maybe this is a sign of things to come. Maybe they're on a comeback. Another fish that is often seen when you're out fishing the rigs, but rarely caught, is a Bermuda chub. And an 8.06 is a monster that was caught by Jimmy Booth fishing out of South Timberleer, and that is a new #1 state record. Probably be in contention for the fish of the year, along with maybe the croaker and also Winona's big stingray. So we're going to have a good heated competition for fish of the year.
You're talking about heated competition and heated debate. Red snapper's still up in the air, still waiting. Everybody says it's coming in. Everybody's naming the devil. One of the guys, we ain't going to mention his name, is Mr. Crabtree. Something's going to have to happen pretty soon, and it might be happening.
We should know something this week. Hopefully they will make a final ruling. Obviously, we all know it's still up in the air. I hate to say it, it's a wait and see, and we hope it works out for the best. But you know, support your guys at Louisiana Wildlife and Fisheries. They are doing a heck of a job and trying to get you as many days to fish as you can.
I've seen Mr. Forcina everywhere I look on TV, everywhere in the world. They're out there fighting.
They are busy folks, and let me tell you, they are actually changing the way fish are managed around the country. with some of the work they're doing. The problem is just changing it administratively first.
Maybe next week too, we will bring a couple people in Baton Rouge and in surrounding areas that are on the council, camp maintenance, one of them, and we'll bring them here and let us find out what happened.
All right, you get your latest news about the outdoors right here on Paradise, Louisiana. Coming back after this break, we'll be checking on the fishing report for you right here on Paradise, Louisiana.
Louisiana Farm Bureau Insurance doesn't hire celebrities to push auto coverage. We think people might like to make decisions based on service and savings, not just because that guy from that show says it's a good idea. Instead of faces you know from your TV, we offer faces you know from your neighborhood. Because we're based in Louisiana, with local agents right in your town. That's really the only thing we want to be famous for. Louisiana Farm Bureau Insurance. Real service, real people.
Benny's Car Wash and Oil Change has been keeping cars and trucks in Baton Rouge clean and running smooth for over 50 years. At Benny's, we feature professional car washing, complete detailing, high-tech waxing and buffing, interior cleaning, and tire shine. Benny's, one stop for car maintenance with complete oil and lube services and even state inspections at our express locations. Visit one of our 5 convenient locations, including our newest store on Greenwell Springs Road. And don't forget to stop by Be Quick Convenience Store and Fuel Stop. Benny's Car Wash and Oil Change. Drive in dirty, drive out clean.
These engines run for thousands of hours to prove that we did. With 20% more cleaning agents than before, Shell nitrogen-enriched gasoline.
No, the gasoline protects your engine better!
Awkward. Try Shell nitrogen-enriched gasolines.
No other gasoline protects your engine better.
Visit Cracker Barrel convenience stores before heading fishing or hunting. We have more than you expect.
And welcome to the Berkeley Abu Garcia Fishing Report. Gary, I'm going to let you start off with the freshwater action.
Freshwater action in Macoya Spillway, but the hottest places going right now is down in the marsh, the Bar Black and all those areas and all those canals of people, traditional place, catching the tide moving right. And what's making it real good, they're catching bass on old traditional bait, tequila sunrise for them. You know, with a chartreuse tail, they catch them on a motor oil with chartreuse tail and different baits out there. Now, in a spillway, there's still brush off, creature baits. You got to find that moving water, and you can't find the clear water. They find in the water just a little stain. It's got more oxygen in it and moving, but it's feast and famine. I know Bill and Gary Krause is one of them. You go one day, you catch a limit quick. You know, you go out there and you're looking for sac-a-lait, and then the next time you go up there and you're not catching nothing. I'm getting some box full of sac-a-lait coming out of the spillway. The sorrel area has been the hottest one. And by sorrel area, people sending me pictures, thank you, keep it up. The brim down in Bar Black area, they're catching these brim, some beautiful brim. They're catching them on crickets back in these canals. And then I guess everybody knows the Schoolboard Canal. I'm telling you the exact space right now. All in that area is Schoolboard Canal off the main canal running out of Bar Black. Down it, what else I can say? They're still catching fish up in the Red River, Alexandria, Shreveport area. A lot of people fishing Red River, Lake Hyatt Lake, and Mike Clark and them have been catching fish over there. Cane River have been bringing some big fish at night, catching some big fish. So, and that's it. I mean, that's as far as freshwater.
A couple things to keep in mind, goggle eye. This is goggle eye season. If you like to fish those nice big brim with the big mouth like a bass, they're getting active, particularly in that lower pearl area. And the other thing,
find them in a spillway like we used to.
I don't know where they went or what happened to them. Hopefully they'll come back. The other thing you might want to concentrate on is farm pond fishing. This is a good time of the year. It's starting to get the days a little bit shorter, different angle of the light, water temperature just a little bit cooler. They're active. In fact, I was hunting next to one. I was dove hunting with my dog Gracie, and every time one would splash and strike, she'd turn around thinking a bird was hitting the water. And believe me, those bass are very active in some of those ponds. Again, fish early, fish late.
Yeah, well, it's going to go to saltwater right now,
yes,
too.
Sir.
Let me tell you, I'm getting some great reports from out of Venice right now. Brenton Sound, that's another feast of famine. David, I was going to tell you, David O'Lynn, Doug Weber, and Ray Bourgeois, and all them people went down there last week, and they've been hammering them, you know, on live shrimp. They went and make a follow-up trip last Saturday, Sunday, and Friday, and they had to work hard to catch fish. They're catching a few big redfish coming in to save the trip. So what's the reason behind that? Now, you ought to know more about Benny's.
We have no explanation. Look, you know, we've searched all summer for good trout. The best trip of our year was at Breton Island about 2 weeks ago. We sent a bunch of people there 3 days later, and they didn't catch anything.
Yeah,
so it is hit or miss, but I tell you, from the Grand Isle standpoint, I'm hearing a lot of good fish being caught further in the marsh already. The fish have already gotten up there between Leeville and Grand Isle, and you know, we're seeing some good boxes of fish.
AJ and Wanda Vaccari sent me some pictures. They fishing Stone Island out of Delacroix. They're running out. That's outside, you know. They were fishing live shrimp, and they had some good fish.
And also had a good report from last weekend. Jerry Lynn, our chapter president over in Westside, hammered the mangroves right out of Grand Isle, didn't go far, and caught a bunch of lemon fish. I think you're picking up the black cloud.
Right.
I don't. It might have been more you than the fishing.
Yeah, he caught the consistent part. We caught the inconsistent part. All right, and also, if you're going to be teal hunting this weekend in a brackish marsh and you want to make it a cast and blast, I think your best combination is going to be the blue-winged teal early in the morning and bring something to catch those redfish, because the marsh is alive with redfish of all sizes. Don't know what happened to the bulls, though. We couldn't find them. I don't know if they're there and not biting, or did they move out of the pass?
Let me tell you what happened. I got a good friend of mine, Richard Tugwell. He was sitting up there fishing on the bridge right after the Labor Day. Everybody had just got, the big rodeo was over. Him and his buddy up there have their cameras. About 3 a.m., school of bull reds like some people have never seen. I've never seen it. I've seen video. I've seen it in ponds where you could walk on redfish. You can see it out there. But I've never seen them coming like this. Here's a little amateur video that Richard Tugwell took and sent it to me. This is Caminada, right after the Caminada, of the Redfish Rodeo at Caminada at Bridgeside.
All right, and want to remind you, if you are an amateur cameraman or photographer, send us your video, send us your pictures. Hopefully we can use it. And don't forget to send your reports. We get a lot of information from you, the viewers. Send it to Gary at Paradise, Louisiana. We also get some nice opinions on some of the issues that we talk about from you. Please don't be bashful. Send them to us. Anything else, guys?
I think that'll do it.
All right. Go S.T.A.R. Go LSU.
Absolutely. And the
go
Tigers
teal
are 2-0.
Yes, they are. And go get those teal this weekend. We'll see you next week right back here for another edition of Paradise, Louisiana.
Come see us in Leeville on Friday, September 13th, and visit Lieutenant Governor Jay Darden. We're going to have a press conference announcing many great things that are happening to the fishing village of Leeville. We'd love to have you.
Leeville launch.
Absolutely. Hopefully we're going to have a groundbreaking ceremony soon with a state-of-the-art boat launch, with a kayak launch, a fishing pier, and a pavilion.
Paradise, Louisiana, with Gary Risponi and Don Dubuque. Paradise, Louisiana would also like to thank these sponsors:
Baton Rouge Coca-Cola Bottling Company, Aerial Access, the leader in aerial work process, Benny's Car Wash and Oil Change, Cracker Barrel Convenience Stores. We have more than you expect. Blue Cross Blue Shield of Louisiana, Farm Bureau Insurance, Louisiana Fish Fry Products, Gemco, First South Farm Credit, Area Wholesale Tire Company, with tire programs for tire dealers.